and welcome to this week's episode of Brett's Picks. I'm Gwen Schroyer, this guy right here, Brett Whitehead, the masked bandit. He's trying to stay not sick, and I agree with him. Brett, how you doing?
Good.
So we're going to get right into it. Here's a look at the pickers for this week, which constitute everyone that is selecting the who will win for Brett. Coach Dills and I sitting right nice and pretty at the top. Coach Carpenter, Gary Ownby at placed at 3. Coach Thompson, Coach Houston, and Coach German at 5. Brett Whitehead, you're down there at 8 with Mr. Langdon, Caden Maynard, and Trevor and Sawyer sitting there at 11. Let's look at our first game. So first game that Brett has picked up for us to look at is Arkansas at LSU. It's a noon game on ESPN2. Who'd you pick, Brett?
I went with Arkansas.
Arkansas. Got the thumbs up. Okay, next game. South Carolina at Georgia. South Carolina just to beat Tennessee. And that's a 1 o'clock game on SEC Network. It was.
It was at home.
It was in Knoxville. Who do you have?
I went with South Carolina.
South Carolina. All right, next game we have Missouri at Vanderbilt. So 3:30 game on SEC Network up there in Nashville. Who do you got?
I went with Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt for the win. Next we have number 4 Houston at number 8 Kansas. This game's being talked about a lot. All of these games are on Saturday, by the way. Didn't mention that. 4 o'clock game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I went with Houston.
Houston, keeping it real, but traveling to Kansas.
You could hear the mic from the headphones.
Yeah.
You'd hear it.
We're live, Brett.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right, next game. Florida at Texas A&M. That's a 4 o'clock game on ESPN2. Who do you have?
I went with Florida. They ended up losing against Georgia.
That's right. So the next game we have, tight game here, Samford at Chattanooga in Chattanooga, 4:30 game on ESPN Plus. Who do you have?
I went with UTC.
The Mocs.
They ended up winning that game.
They did. They won.
Last night.
Yep. So Chattanooga with a thumbs up. Next game we have, it's going to be number 16 Auburn at Ole Miss, 6 o'clock game, SEC Network. Who do you have on this one, Brett?
I went with Auburn.
Auburn for the win. Bruce Pearl and his crew.
Tennessee coach.
That's right. Next game, number 7 Duke at number 3 North Carolina. This game's being talked about quite a bit. 6:30 game on ESPN. Who do you have?
I went with Duke.
Duke for the upset. A lot of people are agreeing with you. Next game, and this one's a doozy. Number 12 Iowa State versus
Number 8,
Baylor, which is sitting pretty at 18. Home game for them. 8 o'clock game on ESPN2. Who do you have?
I went with Iowa State.
Iowa State trekking to Texas. All right. And this is the one we want to talk about. Number 5, Tennessee. Just lost against South Carolina, we mentioned. At number 10, Kentucky. 8:30 game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
Tennessee.
And why do you think they're going to win?
Because all the Tennessee players.
Players are pretty good right now.
Even what's his name?
Connect.
Number 5.
Connect.
He's
playing really well.
Yeah, even that other guy too for Tennessee too.
Yeah, there's some really good players. If you've not watched fast-paced Tennessee basketball in a while, you want to watch this game.
And the girls' game.
Heated rivalry against Kentucky, so this one is up in Lexington, though. It's up there in Kentucky. All right, anything else you want to talk about?
In the girls' game too. They play tonight.
They play tonight?
They play in Athens.
So who do you got in that game?
I'm going with Tennessee. I'm going with Tennessee.
You're staying true with the Vols,
Yeah.
right? Lady Vols?
Yeah, because of Kelly Harper.
And do you think Georgia's going to beat them at all? No?
Oh, and don't forget tomorrow.
Don't forget about tomorrow.
Bradley at Cleveland.
That's right. And you're going to want to watch that. That's going to be, if you're not there in person, you can watch that on CHS Live. And I believe Mix TV also is carrying that.
Yeah,
of course, you can listen to it on the radio.
And listen to it on Talk 101.3.
That's right, Gary and Steve. And that'll be a very exciting matchup. Heard on the radio this morning, Steve was giving away tickets. If you could name Today, the national day of is Women in Sports, and if you could pick somebody that you think highlights that really well, a woman in sports, either a player or a coach, you can call in and get on the list of people they're going to pick from to get tickets to that game. So if you don't want to cough up the money and go, I suggest you just cough up the money and go, because it's going to be a great game.
And I was just going to say thanks to Damon Floyd.
Look at this guy, dressed up like
He gave me the shirt yesterday
serious wardrobe over here.
and a hat, and I was going to say thanks for all the
Very nice.
coaching staff.
He takes care of you, doesn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
the coaching staff, Coach
That's
Floyd,
awesome. Yeah, Coach Dills,
like everybody.
all of them. Yeah, yeah. All
And
right.
Brett Sanford too.
Brett Stanford.
I
Can't
won't
forget about
forget
him.
him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. All right. Well, that's all we have for Brett's Picks this week. And until next week, we'll see you
On the sideline.